Hi everybody, I'm back with the new moon reading for December 4th. The new moon is in Sagittarius. This new moon is ushering in hope, and it's ushering in the ability to see things from a different perspective. So in other words, usually when we are viewing something, we are viewing it from our perspective. We're viewing it from our perception of how we view things. So our own bias, thoughts and feelings around something, right? So with this new moon, it is ushering in the ability to view things outside of that perception. So we're able to view things from different viewpoints and integrate that information. Integrate it, and then we can feel our way through it later once we've viewed it, integrated it, then later we can feel our way through it, right? And that's really where we want to be all the time. In a perfect world, that's where we would be all the time. But we want to be there more often than not, honestly, because that's where we learn. That's where we grow. We stay stuck when we're stuck in our own bias perception of things, okay? That there's no growth there. We just stay in that same spot. We never really learn. So that's what this new moon is ushering in, the ability to look at things from a different point of view, a different perspective. And it's ushering in hope. And then we have the solar eclipse that's happening that day in the new moon in Sag. We have a lot of stuff going on, so check it out. Get on and check it out. But we have the eclipse that's happening, the solar eclipse in Sag. And what that is about is that's about bringing things up from the dark, the underworld, bringing up those things that are hidden, bringing things up from beneath, bringing them up to the surface. So if things are going to come up to the surface for us to view, it's good that we're going to be in a place where we can view it from a different perspective, so that we're not just being biased about what we're seeing, hearing, learning. And it's also good that we have that hope, that high vibration in there, because if we're seeing things that are icky, and we might, it's good to have that light vibration of hope and love. Yeah. So let's see what the universe wants to tell us today about these energies that we've got going on for the new moon in Sagittarius with the solar eclipse for December 4th. Let's see what our God, our guides, our angels, our light beings have in mind for us to glean for insight from this reading today. Okay? We're just going to leave it open, leave it at that. All right? Oh, geez. Oh, wow. This is an interesting, very interesting reading. They all are, aren't they? Okay, so if you hear me sniffling, it's because I forgot to turn on the heat, so I'm really cold. I'm very cold right now. So this whole reading is being driven by an ending where we've just picked up our sticks that we've walked off because something has ended. There's no life in that journey. The burden was too heavy. It was too heavy. We couldn't carry it. So we're done. Absolutely done. So that's what this whole reading is being driven by. Finished. All right. So we are being represented by the Empress. So that's a really good card for us to be represented by. And of course, the Empress she's just she's amazing. She's very abundant. She's very intuitive. She believes in herself. She creates magic wherever she goes. She knows that she can do what it is that she sets out to do. I mean, she is limitless, and she knows that. She has the confidence and the ability. And, you know, she really makes beautiful things happen, and she doesn't worry about it. And that's who we're being represented by. We are the Empress. That's a higher arcana card. And we're being told that we have all of those abilities, and to really delve in and touch our magic, get in touch with our magic, and create our best lives. Because you know what? There was no life. There was no life in that journey. No life. So whether we were forced out of things and things ended that way, or whether we made the choice because, you know, who knows? Who knows? There's so much going on these last couple of years, but it was a good choice because now we're the Empress. We are the Empress. So that's just amazing. That's who we're being represented by. And boy, she can create beautiful things in her life and for others. So the Empress is great, okay? And then above the Empress, we have the High Priestess. Now, she's well aspected. So the High Priestess is telling us that not only do we have the ability to create the magic in our life, but we really, really, really may want to center ourselves upon that spiritual journey, for really get centered in that, because that's where we're going to find what we're going to create. So, you know, we're being asked, do some meditation, sit still, connect with the earth, really kind of pull in that spiritual healing, because this is how we're going to create our magic. First, we need to go within and see where it is that we're going to go from here. Right? But we're being reassured that we're going to create beautiful things, just beautiful things. But we're being asked to really go within. The High Priestess, she's very psychic. That's what she is. She's psychic. She's psychic. She has that clear seeing, that clear knowing, that clear feeling. You know, all of these gifts, and she utilizes them. And she can either be good or bad, depending on how she's set up. You know, you don't want a trickster that has all of these gifts, right? And depending on the reading, she could be that. But she is very well aspected, and and so we're being asked to use all of that which we all have within us. Be still, be quiet, go within, and find those gifts and focus on those so that we can be the Empress and create something really beautiful. The Empress imagines what it is that she wants, and she just creates it. It just flows to her because she has no doubt. She just doesn't doubt herself ever. She has those abilities, all right? So we've ended something, and above why we ended it is because of something that we felt was very slimy. So the King of Cups, he's just not the greatest guy, and it depends on how he's aspected, it really does. But the way this reading is going up, he's just really not the greatest guy. He's kind of a slime ball. He's very deceiving, and he hides things, and there's a lot of stuff under the surface. Right, that he hides. He's just not honest. So it was slimy things, or we interpreted it as slimy. We interpreted the reason why we're ending things, right? We interpreted that as shitty things being done to us, or said, or us being forced into this situation from a place where we feel that the intentions behind the actions were slimy. Okay, but it's saying that it's forcing us into this new role. It's forcing us to see things differently. It's forcing a shift in attitude, right? It's forcing a shift in perception. And so it's going to allow us to begin something brand new. And I just want to remind you all that though something ended because the burden was too hard and you weren't willing to pay that price for it, and you feel like it was created out of crappiness and slimy doings, it is creating a brand new journey, right? It's a brand new journey that helps us to reset. So we get to see things differently, maybe perceive things differently. Maybe we weren't really happy here, even we might have thought we were. Maybe that isn't our soul's purpose here. That isn't our true heart's desire here. So we were forced out. Now we have this brand new way to begin something brand new, and we're being asked to really get in touch with all of our abilities, whatever abilities we have. And you know, you can tune those abilities up, but you know, get in touch with those and be the creator, the Empress, because this is going to help us create something far more beautiful than what it was that ended. Okay? And so, you know, across from us as the Empress, and in between us, we've got these slimy deeds, right? We have the Emperor. And, you know, the Emperor is what helped to create this situation above us where we had to end things. So you're being validated that, yes, the Emperor is the powers that be. The powers that be have stepped on you. And they're not, you know, their intentions really are for themselves. So you're being validated. You know that, right? Everybody knows that. If you're being forced to do something, it is slimy. You're right, it is. And it's an abuse of power. You already know that. But you're being validated that is true. But you're also being told above the Emperor, you know, that your fight is gallant. So you standing in your power, in your sovereignty, and following your path, even though that meant ending something that feels painful to you, it's a gallant fight. You're being validated, and you're being told that this is all going to create this. It's going to be so much better, so much better, so much better. So this is sort of reiterating again what we got last time. So let's just go off of the Empress, okay? Because that's who we're being represented as, the Empress. So no matter how all of this came about, you guys, again, we're being told that this is a happy ending, even though it may not feel that way, okay? And you're being validated. And it looks as though, you know, through this reading, you're going to get more validation than just this reading. You know, with this reading, it looks as though there's going to be more validation there. So you're going to be validated for standing in your truth, and you're going to have, you're the Empress. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. It doesn't. So, you know, that might take a little bit. So really take the time to reflect. Go within, see what it is that you want to create from here. Because I have a feeling through this reading that you're going to be creating, we're all going to be creating something really beautiful. You know, we're going through a huge paradigm shift with the Aquarian age. We really are. So we have to go through all of this crap and this slimy stuff to see what we don't want and to see what's not working, to create something better and more beautiful, if that makes sense, okay? So let's go off of this Empress and see what else our God, our guides, our light beings, our angels want us to know as far as us being that Empress, okay? All right, so this is pretty amazing. All right, so what our God and our guides and our universe and our angels, our light beings want us to know is that we're literally going through a death and rebirth. And it's not just happening to us, it's happening the world over, okay? It really is. But this is a death and a rebirth, and this is a good thing, and it feels chaotic, but it's asking us to really look behind us at what has bloomed. Forget the chaos, walk away from the chaos. Fives are easy to overcome and maneuver. So yes, we've been in this chaos. That's how we get the death and rebirth. That's how that happens. We have to have the chaos. So we're being asked to look back here to what's blooming, okay? And we're being told to just continue to nurture ourselves, nurture our journey. Our journey is nurturing us, and we are nurturing it, and there is life in it. There is life in it. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful journey. And remember up here, it says this gives us the ability to see things from a different perspective and start something brand new. And be that Empress where our dreams come true. So reset. We are going through a death and a rebirth. Something has ended. It needed to. And you're right. Things weren't fair. There was abuse of power. You're absolutely right. It was shady. It was shady. You're right. You're right. You're being validated for that. Your fight is gallant. Okay? Remember that. It's a gallant fight. So, good. You stood in your power and you did what was best for you. That's brave. And it's saying that your fight is a very gallant fight, right? And it's saying now it's giving you the chance to really start something brand new. All right? So, again, sometimes we have to look really, really hard to see those positives because things can feel so icky. But be the high priestess and start doing some meditating and start doing some good grounding and meditate and really ask your God and your guides and your angels to help you see and feel your way through, to help you find what it is that you truly, truly want, and start moving from there, because they're saying that this is all a blessing. It's a death and a rebirth, but it is a blessing. They're saying that. And they're saying that we wouldn't have made these changes if not for the chaos. And I do believe that's true. We get stuck. We do. We get stuck. We get comfortable. And we may not make a change because we think we're okay where we're at, when in fact we weren't. Not really. Not totally being fulfilled in our hearts and our souls. So let's see what we get for positive affirmation. Contemplation time. Just like we were just saying, okay? So contemplation time. Spend time alone meditating upon what you truly desire. All right. Spend time alone meditating upon what you truly desire, which is what we just said. Really go within. Use that high priestess energy. You are the Empress. These endings happened so that you can really reach your full potential and see what it is that you truly want, what we all want. I mean, we're all facing endings right now. It's been a really interesting couple of years. But whenever big change comes around, these paradigm shifts, they happen through chaos, and we're gonna be grateful afterwards. They've assured us that all of this change, all of this chaos, all of this stuff that feels icky and slimy, all of this stuff that's fear-based, all of it is creating enough chaos. It's changing things. We're creating that paradigm shift. And after the dust settles, we're going to be really grateful for the changes. Okay? So I'm going to leave you with that contemplation time. Go within, meditate, see what it is that you truly desire. Start planning your future from there. Go within. You can do this. You're the Empress. You can be anything you want to be. You're the Empress. All right, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Many, many, many blessings from me to you. Try to lift that vibration. The more we meditate, the higher we vibrate. That is the truth. And the more we meditate and the higher our frequency rises, the more we are able to see the positives and that connection to self, which lets us really feel what our dreams and desires really are. Maybe you don't know because you never gave yourself the time to see. All right, you guys. Until next time, many, many blessings. Much, much love from me to you. All right. See you later.